Today in Riyadh, another opening to the world. The oil minister welcomes mining companies to this conference in the capital. There's British interest too. But today's front page is here led with the Saudi ambassador's warning. Do you worry that this sort of tension on a diplomatic level could affect the relationship in other areas?
Very much so. We all want strong ties between the two nations, the Kingdom and the US and the UK. Yes, if there's a breakdown at diplomatic level, that is going to filter down through how we impact and how we do business.
There is nothing better than stand-up meetings.
At the Saudi Investment Agency, they want to tell the success stories.
About Saudi Arabia and
So this is your marketing film for...
This could be one, or you can have a PowerPoint presentation.
Including cautious change in this conservative kingdom on its own terms.
We all can argue about ideologies of capital punishment and what sort of punishment, and we have that all over the world. You have it across many states in Western countries, differing on it. But really, so long as it is independent, that it is fair, that there is a fair trial and appeal process, we have to respect that.
But international human rights groups condemn harsh Islamic Sharia law punishments, including beheadings and stonings. This footage shows the moments before a woman was publicly beheaded for allegedly murdering a young relative. London is especially concerned about 74-year-old British citizen Karl Andre. He's facing 350 lashes after being caught with banned alcohol, although British officials say he will be spared. But on the streets of Riyadh, you hear support for the Saudi ambassador's complaint about criticism. This man tells me diplomats are saying what Saudis would say. That's the way we should respond, he says.
A lot of Saudis go there and a lot of British come there. And I think everyone, when you respect others, the others will respect you.
Brand Britain is popular here. Saudi Arabia is the UK's biggest market in the Middle East. It's a leading supplier of arms. Back in the UK, there's been intense debate within the government over whether human rights concerns should trump contracts. Well, it's interesting. You heard from the investment authority there saying, we're not the only country in the world to have capital punishments. It's carried out all across the world, including in some European countries. So this is the Saudi system. It is Sharia law. What you hear behind the scenes is that there are efforts to codify the Sharia law system so you don't have, as one official here put it to me, these maverick judgments, such as crucifixions, for example. But you also see behind the scenes that efforts to try to deal with these issues. We understand from British officials that Karl Andre will not receive the lashings. There are reports here that the blogger who was subjected also to lashings for his political commentary, that trial isn't finished yet. So you get a sense that Saudi Arabia doesn't like being criticized, but that it wants, in its own way, within its Islamic system and its system of Sharia law, will deal with these issues in its own way and in its own time. But it is very sensitive to these criticisms, and everyone you speak to here uses the word respect. Just respect our traditions, and we will respect yours. The problem for Saudi Arabia is that their traditions are being condemned by a whole array of international human rights groups.